thanks for joining me. This time I'm heading off on 2026's first solo camp.
Oh my goodness, look at all this dust!
It's April 2026 and I'm heading to Durdle Door Holiday Park in Dorset. So, keep watching and see how it turns out. Okay, so I have arrived at Durdle Door Holiday Park and I've just checked in at reception and I've been given this lovely stake to put in the ground next to me just to prove that I haven't just wandered in, which is absolutely fine. Looks quite straightforward to get from reception to my spot in the Rookery, which is the little foresty spot that they've got designated for camping. So let's go. As I said in the previous clip, it's really easy to find your way down to the Rookery, and once you're there you'll go past some small lodges, past the shower block and the bins, and into the tree section. You'll have to bring a small tent because only tents of up to 18 square metres are permitted. The ground's a little bit uneven and the gap between the trees isn't that large, so that's probably why. They've also got some shepherd's huts down here and some camping pods. So, let's find a spot. Why is finding the right pitch when you've got free rein so much more tricky? Anyway, it is a little bit tricky here because pretty much the entire area is sloped, but I'm going to be staying in this bit just here. But for now, I'm just going to wander up the site and hopefully, if there's no one using it, I'll be able to show you the shower block, toilets, that kind of stuff. All right, let's take you up the site and I'll show you what I mean. So it might be coming across a little tricky on camera, but to the left it's sloping upwards. It's not super steep, you'd be all right, but it's not the flattest. And then here on this side is quite a bit flatter, but you are surrounded by trees, and so you get a lot of noise from the trees. The site is shared with... Did you hear that boom? I think it's the army testing. It's the army doing test fires. As I was saying, this site is shared by multiple different dwelling options. So behind me we've got some caravans. This is the camping patch, and then this side all the way down there you've got motorhomes, caravans, that kind of thing. Yeah, so real mixture. I was given a code by reception to enter the shower block, which is quite comforting to know that only people staying on the site can use the site, as it is open access to the public from a very busy touristy destination, so that's quite nice. I did check before I came in, there was definitely no one in here when I started filming. So to start with, we've got lots of sinks available, quite a few toilets. We've got a shower for families and multiple individual showers. And a hairdryer, which is free to use. Okay, so if we walk round this way, around the edge, toilets and showers one side, dishwashing and chemical toilet the other side. So let's head on round. Some steps. Come to a dishwashing station. Okay, it's empty at the moment. Got 4 sinks. Got some information about the local area. Charging points. USB charging points there. And here There's a microwave in here to use, and we've got some washing machines, which don't require any coins. They're just open and ready to use. Most places actually charge for washing machine use, so that's pretty incredible. There's no laundry detergent or softener or anything like that, so you'll have to bring your own. But there are instructions on how to use the machines and that they are here free, which is amazing. And on the other side, we've got a lovely big map, which is very, very handy. So as of right now, we are in the holiday park. So we're about up here at the moment. And go on through and down to Durdle Door. And there's also a fridge and freezer, which says, "Dear guests, welcome to use it, but please note they're left at your own risk." Like I say, for £15, it's going to get more expensive in high season, what have you. But to have all of these facilities available for 15 quid, come on, that's pretty awesome. And you do get access. If we go down the path that's behind me, there's a walkway that's behind here, and it will take us all the way to Durdle Door. So right now, I need to get myself situated. Okay, I think I'm going to pitch the tent somewhere in this spot, just here, somewhere in here. After I just sent this to this camera, I didn't press record again, so that's really annoying. So I'm talking to the camera that's sat on the fence, but the camera that's actually recording me putting my tent up is on the other side, so... Oh dear, a little embarrassing, but never mind, you can still see me putting up my lovely little tent here. I do have a video on how it goes up in detail, so if you'd like to see that, then click the card. Okay, how are you not filming the whole time? Oh no. Good, that's one tent pitched. What did that take? Probably about 10 minutes at most? I love this tent, it's so cool. Right, next up is to get on inside and make it nice and cosy, ready for later on. While I was sitting inside my tent just having a bit of a chill out, I had no idea that this lovely friendly robin was coming to say hello. He made many visits to the camp over time. I'll see if I can get him on camera again. Right, so now it's time to get the bed set up. Come on inside. So first up, especially when it's rather cool, which it is at the moment because, you know, it's April, if you can get your hands on some of this type mat, it's foam. It's just kind of like sort of yoga mat, really. But these I had as sort of play mats in my house. But you can get black ones that are used for workshops and things like that. The reason for that is because it's an insulating layer between you and the ground. So any opportunity you can have to get yourself off the floor. Any opportunity you have to get yourself off the floor will be beneficial, especially when it comes to warmth. Okay, so that's really worthwhile. Next up, my advice is to get yourself a sleep mat that is incredibly comfy. Mine is 12 centimetres thick and full of foam. It's incredibly warm, so let me get that. So mine is the Outdoor Revolution, the Skyfall Midi 12. It's bigger, it's wider than a single, but it just gives you a little bit more space, especially if you are a side sleeper like me. It gives you a bit more room. You can put your knee up and stuff like that, so it makes it more comfy. Let's get it out the bag. Open the cover, and inside you've got this valve here. Now it's a non-return valve, so if you put air into it, it won't come out again. At the moment, it's the other way around, so air can only go out and not in, which is excellent. So when it comes to pack down, you can get it down really tight, and then it doesn't sort of breathe in again when you try to pack it down into its bag. So that's really, really useful. I'm going to spin the valve round. I'm going to spin it round to the middle to start with, so air can go in. As you can see, it's self-inflating. It's actually rolling or unrolling because it is slightly filling with air. Usually what I do is I let it try and self-inflate for a while, usually around 20 minutes or so, let it self-inflate, and then I'll top it up with whatever I need. So I'm going to leave this to it for a bit, and I'll come back when it's time to put the sheet on.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, so as you can see, it's an awful lot better than it was before, but it's not ready to be slept on just yet. So what I'm going to do is pull up this end and push the valve into this position, and then you can blow in because the air will go in but not come back out again. So now, just with those few puffs of air, it's a lot firmer than it was before. So next up I have a single sheet. Done. Because this isn't wild camping, I've actually got a whole pillow and a duvet that I love to sleep with. So let's get those. Good. So, bed set up. I just need to get the rest of the gear out of the car and then I can put it in here. Oh, this is a rather lovely spot, isn't it? Tent this side, car this side, trees that side. Yeah, this will do. This will do for the night. And today, as I film, it's Earth Day. It's April 22nd, 2026. So to spend it out in nature is really lovely. This noise is why they call it the rookery, because this is where the rooks have their nests and make an awful lot of noise, which is why I'm sleeping down the other end of the site. I'm going to do a full site tour in another video, but I wanted to give you a very quick overview of the fact that there's a little shop here, which has got all kinds of bits and pieces if you've forgotten something, and easy things to make for dinner, plus any essentials you might have missed. And next door is the Man O' War restaurant and bar, which you can come in and they do a selection of pub-style meals. They also have Wi-Fi if you need it. Speaking of meals, I'm hungry. It's time to go back to camp. Right, back at camp, and I'm going to get going on some dinner because I'm hungry and it's the right time for it. So, for tonight's dinner, what we're going to have? Well, I'm going to use my trusty, lovely frying pan, and we're going to have some beef stir fry with some teriyaki sauce, which I love. It's a favourite, it's a go-to, and it's nice and easy as a one pot or a one pan camping thing to do. So. One thing I don't have, I do have some tongs, but one thing I don't have is like a wooden spoon, which is annoying. Completely forgot to get that, so I'm going to use one of these just to do any stirring. Now, I don't have any oil, I do have some butter, which I can use. There we go. First off, we're going to get the beef in. It's looking lovely. Now, there's a lot of meat because I don't do these like packages for one person or one meal. So I'm just going to cook a lot of it, and I've got some old like Chinese pots and stuff, so I'm going to put any leftovers in there. Make sure the beef's all cooked through, and then I think I'll take all of it out and then cook the veg. I think that is pretty much done. Oh, hello, Robin. Robin's back. Let me show you Robin. I mean, seriously, just about get him on camera and then he hops off. Right, this one I've got Tesco's water chestnut bamboo shoot stir fry. Yeah, put half the bag instead of all of it. There we go. Always bring bag clips, spare Tupperware, and food bags. You never know. You can use them for so many things. Lovely. This is smelling really good. Right, I don't want to scratch the pan, so I think I'm going to switch to my trusty takeaway spoon. I've got a metal knife and fork, but I just didn't think to bring my little wooden spoon that we've got in our big camping setup when the whole family go away. I'm going to put some of the beef back in. Right, and this time I've got some, what's it called? Blue Dragon sticky teriyaki sauce. Just make a teeny snip. That's about half the sauce. I can always add more. Oh, this smells amazing. Okay, right, I'm going to put some... I went with rice noodles this time because I found the others to be a little bit... egg noodles to be a little bit heavy, and so I wanted something a little bit lighter. That's the one thing I love about these is it's just add things and stir. Add the next thing and stir. This smells absolutely delish. Beautiful sunset colours on the trees. I think it's about ready, so let's tuck in. Right, there we go. Doesn't look anything special, but it smells absolutely incredible. Yeah, so let's give it a try. So good. Lovely and warming. Oh, that's delish. I think the rice noodles was the right way to go. Egg noodles, well, it was for me today anyway. I love egg noodles as well, but I think they were just a bit too heavy for it last time. So I'm going to sit back and enjoy this and just chill for a little while and wait for it to get dark. It's starting to get chilly, so I think some more layers, a bit of change of clothes in a bit, and I'm going to eat this up before it gets cold. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Well, it was so completely awful that I had to save everyone else from it. That's the story I'm going with. That was delish. It's nice just to sit in peace. No expectations, just sitting and chilling and passing the time as I want to. And at the moment, as it's getting chilly, I want a hot chocolate. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making a hot chocolate right now. I've got two options. I've got a Galaxy and a Dairy Milk. I've decided to go for the Galaxy. That's the one I'm going to have first. Who knows after that? And it's going to get dark in a couple of hours. So when it does, then I'll be a bit more active. Let my dinner do its job. I'll be a bit more active. Have a look and see what we can see with the sky. I'm hoping it'll be nice. I'll have to wait and see. Right, this time I'm using a wooden fork. Yum. Righty, just leaving camp, just over there. It's quite handy, I've got a little light over there. So it would be nice if I have to leave the tent in the dark, at least I'll have something. Because if you look up this path, there isn't any light up the path itself. It's around the edge, so I think it's actually quite nice that I'll have some light just to leave the tent with. It's time for the mundane. I've got my collapsible bucket. So I'll just be heading off to do the washing up. It's starting to get dark. It looks a lot brighter on the screen in front of me, but it is starting to get dark now. The moon is out. Let's show you the moon. Hopefully we'll see some stars. Let's head off back to the tent. I thought I was going to have some neighbours then for a couple of minutes, but apparently not. I'm just trying to... I've got a hyperlapse going of the sky, just getting dark, and I'm making myself a hot choc, or at least I'm trying to. There we go, that's the gas. At least I'm trying to, and just waiting for it to get a bit darker. While I was out, it was Earth Day, but it was also the peak night of a meteor shower. I was trying to film the stars, but I am not an expert by any stretch of the imagination when it comes to filming at night. So I used some night modes on my cameras, and I've tried to do some bits in post. But if you've got any tips for me for trying to film the night sky, then pop them in the comments below. I'd really appreciate that, because I love the stars, I love astronomy, so that would be absolutely fantastic if you could let me know. That's the end of that. It's 10:20. It's been quite a long day. It's been nice though. It's been a really nice day. Got lots of footage for a couple of videos, and hoping there's some nice night sky footage, even if it's not meteors. Nice night sky footage. And yeah, I think I'm just ready for bed. So I need to do some tidying because it's very messy in here. And I'll see you in the morning. Night night. Morning. You probably hear the pigeons and the rooks and the other birds all twittering away. I've been dozing for I don't know how long now. But the alarm's finally gone off. No, I don't mean the pigeon alarm. I think I'll poke the camera through a hole in the door. Not bad. Alright. I think it's time to put some coffee on. And then I'll let you know how my night went. Coffee first. Coffee first. Making coffee whenever I'm on camp or what have you, I much prefer to have something like this. This is a Bellarom, which I think is Lidl or Aldi's own brand. All you need to do is pour it into hot water and stir. It makes it easier. It means you don't have to have milk. Yeah, I didn't get to sleep brilliantly. And the little fly on the top of the rain fly on top of my tent was flapping, and it's never flapped before. So I thought it was loose. I thought it'd come loose. So I had to get up in the end because of the wind. I had to get up, but it wasn't loose at all. But it was flapping as if it was loose. So that was really, really strange. But at least I was able to get to sleep not too long beyond that. And then the dawn chorus began. I woke up very gently though, which was nice. I woke up gently rather than a stark alarm, which I've never liked. It's been very, very quiet here. Very quiet indeed. I'm probably the noisy one. And judging by the sound of the birds, it was definitely the right decision to sleep down this end. I've got the smaller birds and pigeons above me versus the rooks going off. Cheers. Shower block time. Righty then. Shower block done. Water topped up. Must be breakfast time. That's all rather lovely, isn't it? Okay, so breakfast this morning is going to be a bagel and some scrambled eggs, or whatever I can make in this frying pan. I think I'm just going to warm the bagel in the frying pan and then do the eggs. It's been so cold at night, the butter's gone cold. Making it difficult to spread. Oh well, I'll just plonk it on and let it melt. Does not look pretty at all, but it's going to fill a hole. If you're thinking about doing solo camping, then I'd highly recommend you just get the things that will suit you. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be expensive, it just has to suit you. One thing I would splurge on to get something is a sleeping mat, because if you can get a good night's sleep, everything else is doable. We as humans don't work brilliantly when we don't sleep well. So if you can get the sleep sorted, that's all that matters. If you want to go camping, then go camping. It doesn't have to be far. It doesn't have to be anywhere special. It just has to be something that you do for you. Okay, time to start packing down. Let's get cracking. If you ever get a mat like this, always roll it twice. Roll it out, get as much air as possible out, unroll it, and then roll it again. It'll go in the bag so much better if you squeeze out as much air as possible. So much easier. These are absolutely brilliant. Never need a pop-up stool. They fold down to that small. Absolutely wonderful. They're quite cheap as well. Just give it a bit of a twist. And you've got a stall. Right, time to take the tent down. Sad. All packed up, all done, and it's only 10 to 10. I've got the pitch until 11, so what I'm going to do is have a wander down and do the washing up. So it's all clean, ready for the next camp, and yeah, just soak in the atmosphere while I'm here. Well, just like when wild camping, leave no trace. There's no reason to leave anything behind. You can put your rubbish in a bin, you can get assistance if you need it, but there's no reason to leave anything behind, even when you're camping in a campsite. Bye-bye, space. I'll leave anything left for the birds. Hopefully there's some moist, maybe some worms are coming up or something. I'll leave it for the birds now. Right, off home. Thanks so much for joining me on this little solo camp. If you like this sort of thing, then you might like my visit to Sandsfoot Castle. So, I hope to see you in the next one. Until next time!